After Kanye's latest bombshell lawsuit dropped only 2 days ago, it really was not looking good for him. But just yesterday, we got some huge updates on the entire situation that definitely brings into question who is actually in the wrong here.
I love leaking!
So following up on my video yesterday, all we had from the Lauren Pisha lawsuit was the original TMZ article and then an excerpt of text from the court documents, but a couple hours after my video went up, we did actually end up getting both another article on the situation and, thanks to Alec, the full court documents, so now the entire thing is a lot clearer. So apparently Kanye at one point told Lauren that he wanted to fuck her mom, and he also would insinuate over text that Lauren both wanted to and did have sex with him, neither of which ever happened according to the court documents. Along with this, Kanye would apparently have her coordinate Uber rides for women to meet up with him, and on one such occasion in August of 2020, Kanye and Bianca called Lauren wanting to discuss an orgy/fivesome experience they had the day before. New information in these documents relating to Kanye sending Lauren unsolicited pornographic material details that he once sent her a video of him and a Yeezy employee having sex, but he cropped his penis out of frame because he said it did not look big enough to send to one of his friends. Then we move to probably some of the most disgusting allegations thrown towards Kanye so far, with Lauren alleging that on an overnight flight to Paris, she was locked in the plane's bedroom with Kanye and forced to stay in the room while he masturbated under the covers until he fell asleep, after which she had to text another employee on the flight to come get let out, and this happened after Kanye had coerced her into entering the private bedroom originally. Also in the documents is Lauren's recount of a particularly fucked up situation where Kanye and her were at the studio and met up with a male collaborator and his female companion. During this meetup, Kanye offered to trade the male collaborator sex with Lauren in exchange for sex with the other female individual in the studio, with all of this allegedly occurring at the Yeezy headquarters in LA. According to the official story, this event happened in early 2022, which often saw Kanye and Future working together on the beginnings of Donda 2, so it's pretty likely that the male collaborator in this story is actually Future. And finally, a couple months after that, in March of 2022, Kanye asked Lauren to participate in a threesome, which she declined, and she also noted that Kanye would often text her asking for a hug when he really meant he wanted to have sex with her, because he sent this meme image as an example of the type of hug he wanted. So yeah, while the stuff mentioned in the original TMZ article was definitely bad, this is just on a whole different level, especially Lauren being locked in the bedroom with Kanye masturbating and her being offered in a trade to Future, essentially being treated as Kanye's property to pass around. Following all of that becoming public knowledge, Kanye decided it was time to fire back and speak up for his side of things, releasing a letter to the public that again sheds a lot more light on the situation. The letter begins with Kanye declaring he is officially filing a rebuttal lawsuit against Lauren, saying she actively pursued him sexually to coerce employment and other material benefits, and then she engaged in blackmail and extortion when her advances were rejected. Kanye goes on to say that prior to termination, Lauren stole his phone in an attempt to destroy records that would contradict her claims, all of which have been preserved, and he notes that Lauren offered him sex on his birthday during her employment and would send him unsolicited nude images. Kanye adds that she was terminated for being unqualified, demanding unreasonable sums of money, including her $4 million salary, and numerous incidents of unhinged misconduct. And interestingly enough, he also writes that she made an initial attempt at a lawsuit for unlawful termination, which gained no media traction, leading her to fabricate headlines following threats of blackmail and extortion. Essentially, Kanye is saying Lauren leveraged her association with him and his company to seek material gains, clout, and employment through inappropriate means. And then he ends the letter with a Jay Leno chin joke, which he seems to be very fond of these days, even using a similar line in the Vulture's one song, Keys to My Life.
In the endo, but that was me when I was burning CDs from my friends though. Now I can't just take it on the chin like Jay Leno. Now everybody want the info.
Now, shortly after this letter and the full court documents, we got a statement from Yeezy designer Johan Galaxy, who says that he was around when this was happening and that you can't sue for sexual harassment in work environment when you do the same thing. Ye can sue her also. I think honestly in this scenario that both Kanye and Lauren are at fault for doing exactly what is being alleged in these lawsuits. Kanye has a well-documented history of employee misconduct, and clearly there was something going on from Lauren's side as well, so in my opinion, both parties should be held responsible, which absolutely does not excuse any of the behavior on either side, but we will just have to wait and see where this goes and what more evidence is brought to the table. In other news, we saw longtime Kanye producer and huge Vultures contributor Fireman go live on Instagram, where he played Time Moving Slow, which ended up raising a few questions. The version of the song he played seems to be what was played by DJ Ferris back in December of last year, as it's censored and he skipped the heavily tagged intro. However, it's also possible that this is a current version of the song because it is censored and he just skipped to a random part of the track. But that doesn't change the fact that it was virtually unchanged from what Ferris played. We should also remember that the version Shadow debuted a few days ago did have updated production, which could be the actual current iteration of the song. We just don't know right now.
Time moving slow. Time moving slow. Time moving slow. Enjoy the time moving slow.
Additionally, we got a brand new Jesus is King 2 snippet dropped by Lewitt for a version of the song Tell the Vision, remixed by Dr. Dre, which sounds insane.
Wildin' on television, you could tell the vision, I done purified the mission.
Dem Joints mentioned in a Revolt interview from September 2020 that while Jesus is King 2 began as remixes of Jesus is King 1 songs, it had taken a different direction with all new content, which is probably where this version of Tell the Vision comes from. And finally, to wrap things up, we saw Young Moose post a picture with Kanye from the Yeezy HQ on Melrose in LA, which was also reposted by Aus Taylor with Moose's caption hinting at something big coming soon. We know he recorded for an early version of Nights on the Moon, and he's definitely also helping with Vultures too, so perhaps this is a good sign that something is about to be cooked up soon music-wise. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and let me know down in the comments what you think will happen next in this ongoing lawsuit battle.